Good to go.
Are we broadcasting?
Yep, go ahead.
Okay, welcome to the latest edition of the Mansplaining Show. This is a show where we strive to have real conversations with folks, and we're going to approach a very popular topic of the time, and it's not only the passport bro situation, but long-term relationships, and are they worth it? Do they work? And do they count? So I am Grover with one ER, and this is Scott.
Scotty, what's going on, guys?
With 3 E's.
Sorry,
because he's a
my
weirdo.
distracted self here, looking at everything.
And we have 3 guests in the house today, so we're gonna start from the end and work your way towards me, and we're gonna introduce ourselves. So let's start at the end, and we just change the camera angle to the lady.
Oh, here we go.
And let's start right here.
I'm Karina, and I'm glad to be back on the show.
It's Karina's like 97th time with us. Thank you very much, Karina.
Have fun with these 2 guys, so
Yeah.
looking forward to this.
So she's being nice to us. Karina's being nice. She's like, I have fun with you guys. Thank you. Basically, she comes because I supply food. And next we have...
I'm Savvy.
And Savvy, how are you doing today?
I'm great, thank you.
Okay. Anything you want to tell us about yourself, Savvy?
I don't know. Been in the Bay for 2.5 years.
2.5 years in the Bay?
It's
Yeah.
pretty nice.
Yeah, you like it?
Yeah, it's cool. I met really good friends like Amira.
Ah.
Yeah.
Okay. And we have...
Hi, I'm Amira.
Amira. How are you doing today, Amira?
I'm wonderful. How
Wonderful.
Are you?
So I want to thank you 3 ladies for coming on. I want you to totally relax. Just say what you want to say. We're not going to censor you here. If you think that you don't have to agree with me, I'm probably not going to agree with you. It's called the Mansplaining Show, so I may mansplain some things away. We talk about things from a male perspective, but having a male perspective only while a female perspective is kind of stupid, because then it's an echo chamber. So we're going to go to the first clip.
First clip?
Yep, the first clip, and I'm going to try to project it on the big screen. Well, actually, if you're going to project it there, can you guys see that there? All right.
Ready?
Yep, let's go.
Oh, you heard of passport bros?
What is a passport?
Okay, passport bros are men that are so fed up with Western women because we're all apparently so woke and so terrible, and Western women don't want to be wives, that they are now going to other countries to find wives.
That's like which countries?
Southeast Asia, the Philippines, the Dominican Republic.
So it's like
or-
the opposite of the mail order bride.
Yes,
They're like-
exactly.
Okay, so they're,
Yes.
instead of ordering out, instead of using stamps.com,
Yes, and bringing them here, they're
right,
like,
they're
we want to
using
get out.
Travelocity. It feels more expensive, but
It is. And so a lot of these men get remote jobs. And so they go there and they live in these countries, and then they meet these women. And then women in the Western world, specifically the United States, are so pissed off about it. And they're like, you're going to all these countries where these women don't even know how to speak English. They can't even read. They're so uneducated. And then the men like film themselves with these women and like show themselves on dates. And the women are so elegant and they're so well spoken and they're so traditional. And they're like, look at these women. Yeah, passport bros. Because Western women are so bad.
did not know about that.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's why I'm here.
Interesting. I mean, I did marry a woman from abroad. I mean, she
See how triggered. Look at Karina, looks so triggered.
No, I'm just saying, like, this is the first time I heard of passport bros.
Passport bros.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
like, what?
Well, cool. She's like, cool. She's like, because I've been out here in these international streets meeting men all over the world, Grover. I don't know what y'all think you're doing, but you can't do it like me. That's what you hear. That's what it is. So, Karina actually travels quite a bit, right? So,
Yes.
you've been all over the world.
Well, some parts.
Some parts. So do you mind
Oh,
telling
you
us?
heard of passport bros?
Do my what?
Do you mind telling us where you've been?
Yeah, I've been to parts in Asia, Europe, Mexico. I haven't been to South America yet, or the Middle Eastern.
Never been in the Middle East. And you worked in China, right?
Yes, a year.
It was a great year of your life, wasn't it?
I mean, in some parts, it helped me grow as a person, but I was very homesick.
Yeah. And So, and you never heard about Passport Bro. So basically, that's kind of synopsis of it. But it's kind of like just like a movement where like a lot of guys feel like they can't get what they're looking for in the United States. And so if you're of means, and I think this is really came in vogue because you have people who are working remote now, you know, and being able to work remote, which I'll go over some of the speaking points about it. But since they can work remote, they say, well, hey, look, if I can work remote, maybe instead of working in Iowa, maybe instead of working in Iowa, I'll go work in Philippines, or I'll go work in Mexico City. And then not only will my money is going to go a long way, but I can also meet the type of woman I want.
Yeah, but I feel this is not new.
Not at all.
Yeah, like, I mean, I don't know if, like, this passport...
Black people started doing it, they got mad.
I don't know if this passport bro is, like, towards more of, like, younger, like, age group.
Yeah, well,
because there's, like, older men that have been doing that.
Yeah.
Going out to these, you know, Asian countries and finding, like, a younger woman.
Shit.
Well, did it crash?
Yeah.
That's pretty...
Okay, we're good. Keep going.
So, well, I mean, that was a quick crash. Yeah, I mean, like, when I was living in Thailand, there was a whole lot of, like, older guys who lived there. But, I mean, I think people travel for different reasons. But I'll come back to why I think they travel and how they do. But I want to ask Savvy, have you ever heard of that Passport Bro stuff?
I've seen, not exactly passport bros, but clips of, you know, people discussing why, you know, men travel abroad to find women and marry women and stuff like that.
Are you mad at them?
I'm not mad. I mean, if whatever floats your boat, you know, if you feel like you can't handle American women and you want to go to a different country and, you know, try other women, then that's on them. It's, you know.
Can't handle American women.
I mean, it's what it seems like because, you know, like, dating nowadays is very difficult. I feel like it's, you know, for both sides, women and men, you know, and I guess they found an outlet.
I would say this. I would say that, like...
Before you go on, Grover, I can't seem to get the super chat displayed onto the live stream, but the Do Better podcast donated us $20. Let me see that. Yeah, $20. Tip live checking in from Detroit.
That is my man, Theo Coop from the Do Better podcast. Thank you so much. All right, so listen. First of all, we don't live stream a lot.
Obviously.
Obviously. Because we're struggle streaming like 30 times. Like, Scott would usually be talking. Scott's like, nah, I can't talk to you guys. But besides that, like, it's really humbling when somebody, a great content creator like the Do Better podcast, like, this dude's, his podcast is off the hook. His reactions are off the hook. Dude has a great baritone voice, and he really gives some great content. I watch it all the time. It's really humbling when somebody like that donates to it. So I just want to say, Mr. Coop, thank you so much. My mastermind brother, thank you for just rocking with us. And I'm hitting you up right here, right now for a collab. Boom. There we go.
Just like that?
Just like that.
Just like that.
So, this is what I say.
Oh, then one more time. Sorry. Got to hold on to that thought. But Rob from Blacklight Revelations, number 2 out of 20 different channels.
Yeah.
Gave us a $4.99 super chat.
My man, Rob. You know what, Rob? And I owe Rob a super collaboration. And I want to come and talk about politics and things on this channel because his channel actually is in the vein of what I really am super passionate about. But if you don't know this guy, I would always tell you, like, regardless, Rob really talks things from an Afrocentric point of view. But he's such a good content creator that I know a lot of people who aren't black who listen to Rob, like this guy, like, who listen to him because he's masterful content creator. He has great opinions. Rob, thank you so much. I don't have nothing to say. I mean, and all my folks who are showing up, respect. We're using a new system. So
Restream.io. So
we can't really highlight the stuff, but I'm gonna figure it out so I can highlight it and we can give the proper respect. But thank you so much.
Thank you. And then we got one more from Luke Hazley.
The beautiful Luke Hazley, and she is also a Bay Area native. I don't know exactly where she is, but she's in the Bay Area. Luke Hazley, thank you so much for rocking with us. I appreciate you, ma'am, or as the lead would say, the number one smooth cat. Thank you so much, Miss Luke Hazley. You know, just the support I get is really humbling, and you know, guys, I don't want to get like all emotional, but we started this in like 2018 and nobody cared. And we just really,
Yeah, I wonder why.
because we sucked, but we just really worked on our craft to get as good as we could. And we adapted the attitudes that I don't care about money. I just want to be so good at it that I can at least be proud that I'm putting out a good product. So I'm truly humbled for all of these folks who support us. And it's very weird for people who know me because I'm usually not this humble at all. So thank you so much. Now,
Are you gonna remember what you're gonna say now?
yeah, so back to handle it. Here's what I always say, because I always kind of get that from ladies in the States, and I understand what they're saying, because I understand at one point it's like, well, you can't handle it because it sounds like we can't handle it, but I'm going to tell you something. Like, besides this, I put in a good 50 hours sometimes a week. I work at home. I teach martial arts. I don't want to have to handle anything. I want to come home and have peace and love. And I want peace, love, cooperation. And a lot of times I think in the West, ladies, they kind of want us to, they kind of have this masculine energy. And listen, I understand why some ladies have masculine energy here. It's hard to make it. And we're not paired up anymore like we were. See, before we'd be paired up, and if you had a man who was just on his stuff, $100 grand, and you had somebody you could be with, that man would make it easy for you to just drop in your feminine. But we're not paired up, so it's like a lot of stuff is like, well, you can't handle this and that, and it's like, nah, it ain't that. I just don't want to have to handle it, you know, because I can handle a lot, but I always interject that, and it's not me being mean to you, it's just me explaining, you know, it's me mansplaining that situation. Okay.
I mean, considering that we have to handle a lot of things in our environment, having to deal with people outside, and then you come home and you got to deal with a relationship where she's being a little competitive against you. It's not really a good feeling.
I don't want to compete at home. I got to compete in the world. See, now we double team. You see, that's black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow.
That would be a sound effect for that one.
Yeah. But no, but it's just true. But it's not, and it's not like the ladies here aren't worthy. It's just that sometimes, like I'm so lucky because the person I met and the person I'm with and my wife is like totally not like that. But it's not like she's a pushover. Like, I think a lot of times when we say that, like, ladies say, no, you want someone just to let you run all over. Ain't no woman in the world gonna let you run shop over. So sooner or later, women will find a way to push your buttons and get control. That's what y'all are good at.
They're master manipulators.
But you know how y'all can do it, though? I don't know why you, Scott, I was, hold on.
I like doing
hold
that,
on.
Lou.
I was doing so good.
Trigger words.
I was doing so good, dude. I was so smooth. I had it already. You know how long I practiced that? And you got to come in here
Someone's
and
got to throw the wrench in?
just come in here with the elbow off the top rope. Dude, master manipulator.
Oh, we're good. All right, go ahead.
No, but God, you really messed it up.
Oh, did it? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I'm just gonna,
Sorry, messing with your flow right there.
I'm just gonna go with Amira now.
Okay, go over there.
Okay, Miss Amira.
Hello.
Hey, girl.
Hey.
No, people who like Grover, don't ever do that again. What do you think about the Passport Bro movement and everything like that in that clip that you just seen?
I don't know. I was raised in the Philippines, so I see it all the time.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's normal for me to see, like, you know, foreign people like to come into the Philippines, and then they would marry someone over there. And then even if I'm here now, I would meet people, and then they would like still go to other countries like the Philippines, and then they would tell me that, you know, I'm gonna go over there, marry her, and then I'm like, there are women here, why still go over there, you know? And then he would just say like, oh, because he treats me like a king.
Yeah.
You know, she's very, you know, that kind of a woman who takes care of the house, you know, and even if they're far away, because a lot of the jobs of the men in the Philippines, they're like, you know, they travel far, so a lot of the women just pretty much wait. So they're very faithful to their husband, just waiting.
Just waiting for Karina, like.
No.
Look at Karina's face. She said waiting. Karina was like this.
I'm listening to her.
Waiting for what? Waiting for the next airplane to Greece. That's what I'm waiting for. Man, I got to tell you, I haven't live streamed for so long. I'm actually having fun. Thank you guys so much. So, listen, first of all, I spent most of my life out of the country, off and on. And a lot of my life, like, just even like out of the Bay Area. Like, when I was a kid, if I wasn't gonna go to my T and the PI, my mom sent me to Texas with my family, so I was always going places. So I've seen a lot of different cultures, because Southern culture is a lot different than like the West Coast culture. Just the way we treat people, the way hospitality, and the way that you stand on things is different. I will say this: like, I started traveling as an adult independently in 1992, and I went to Japan. So that's probably about 32, 33 years ago. Stop looking at me like I'm old, Karina.
I was trying to calculate. How old was I in 1992?
So I was 18.
That's a baby.
Yeah, I was 18, and I know. Were you a baby? Were you born?
No, I've been saying like.
Yeah. So
compared to how old you were.
Yeah, shut up. And so but I traveled. Huh?
That's born that year.
You were born that year? Jesus Christ. That's what we need. We need the Jesus Christ emoji. But so, like, and I went to Japan, and I was super stoked, but I wasn't looking for a relationship in Japan. I played jazz music. I was trying my best to be the cool black guy, and I was successful. So I met a lot of girls, and I drank and got drunk off of sake.
How many other black guys were in the band?
0. So I was everybody else was white guys. So there's white guys in the band, and I was the only black guy. I played trombone. I was cool. But and, actually, and what we had in our band? We had like a bunch of Filipino guys too. So we had a eclectic mix. I mean, we were from the Bay, so I had a great time. But like, I think people confuse why people travel, and I think even travel bros, like as it was framed there by Ben Shapiro, he said that people want to go and find wives, right? And they find wives and they show things with wives. But let's keep it real. If you're like under 25, you're probably not looking for a wife. You're probably looking for a good time and not a long time. Okay, but that's okay. Like, we have to understand that, like maybe that's what a guy is gonna do. Or there's guys though who go and get married at a young age, and I respect that. I was not.
Well, military guys do that.
I was not capable of like being married at a young age. So I say 25, and they do a lot of things. They may go to some red light districts. They may whatever. They're having fun. Okay. Then I think when guys are like 35, they look around and they say, okay, I've had a lot of fun. I just want like a solid lady. And you start maturing. So you maybe from 25 to 35 or 30 to 35, you're just looking for a solid lady, someone that you could just like kind of relate to and have fun with, but like you don't want to jump. They call it in Thailand, you don't want to be a butterfly, because a butterfly goes from flower to flower. They say that in Thailand. And so, but I think once you get like 40, those are the guys who are looking like, okay, listen. And I always tell my brother this, right? Because my brother, he's single. And I say, bro, don't be like me. They said I had to throw a Hail Mary pass to get my wife. I had to be like a great quarterback, right? And I was like, man, I messed around with nothing but trollops till the fourth quarter, and now it's like fourth quarter 2-minute drill. I'm over here trying to be Brett Favre or something, or Joe Montana. I guess I got to say a newer quarterback, huh? Because I said Brett Favre, Joe Montana. Y'all be
know
like,
what Joe Montana.
You're like, who are you talking about?
I know who
How
Montana
old is he? Well, he went somewhere in '92. I'm over here trying to win in the fourth quarter, but I'm lucky because I was able to, right? But I think that like that's kind of like a natural progression where you wake up, you really understand yourself, you know how to make money, and you have maybe more of a package that a lady likes when you're older, and so that's the thing. Okay, you guys ready for the next clip? I'm going to try to put it up on the television.
Next clip.
Yeah, hold on a second. Let's kind of coordinate, because if you're going to play the sound there, I'm going to play. Oh my goodness! I think it kicked me out. Did it? Yeah, it kicked me, dude. This is so janky. It kicked me out. Yep. So it kicks me out if I don't play it constantly.
Sammy, have you heard about the Passport Bros? at all?
No, I think it's like, just like I said earlier, I saw a quick little clip of him talking about it, and about how
Amira, can you put the microphone next to her?
Oh, sorry. How guys go overseas to like find women to marry and stuff, and the first thing that comes to mind is like, well, those women are probably more submissive. That's why.
So define submissive. What is submissive to you?
Like.
And consider we're both Southeast Asian because I'm Vietnamese, half Vietnamese.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so.
Yeah, so I don't know if like older Vietnamese men do this, but my dad, or Cambodian dads, usually when they travel to, back to the country, they get other wives, and those women they keep, because they're submissive. My dad goes over there. She's like, "Oh, honey, what do you want? What do you need?" They cater to their every need. They don't give them nonsense. They don't argue with them. They don't, why you don't do this? Why you don't do that? Stuff like that. Not that my mom was like that at all. She's not. But I don't know. Like.
So what part of? So when I hear it, I hear there's a pro and there's a negative connotation towards submission. And so you describe some positive aspects of submissiveness, while there's also some negative ones. Are there any positive ones that you are aware of as you were saying it?
I don't really think of it as. I mean, it's probably positive, for the man, obviously. But
which aspect? For like normal, regular guys like Grover and I who are not like master manipulators. I didn't use that word, really, but you know what I mean. But like
every
just
man,
normal guys like us.
Every man likes being treated like a king.
Okay.
So that's the one thing that I'm pretty sure that my dad loves about it, or loved about it, because she's no longer around. So, but that's what they do. It's like they enjoy that type of different woman, different attention, different treatment.
So let's stick on treatment. Is anything wrong with being treated like that from your perspective?
No, there's nothing wrong, but also honestly, if I was them, if I were the other woman, I would behave the same way. This is my ticket to happiness, my ticket to a better life, my ticket to whatever, and my cousin, my parents actually wanted to set her up with an older man from here, and she was so prepared to fall in love, and she was over there, and it maybe a part of it was, I'll have a chance to come to America.
So it's I have a question though. If I can call it, do you want to be treated like a queen by your man?
Of course.
So let's say you come home and your man's like, "Listen, babe, you've had a hard day. I can just see it on your face, because we both working. So I got your bath water ready. And, I done made some wings because he black. I know what you like. I done made some wings, and I just want you to relax because listen, you usually take care of me. Today I'm gonna take care of you, right?
Make sure you speak a little louder.
So today I'm gonna take care of you, right?" And I was trying to make it intimate. Let me light a candle in this motherfucker. But it's like, so I'm gonna take care of you today, right? Would that be the treatment that you would like?
Of course, I would love that.
And hold on. And do you think that you deserve that, right? You deserve that, right? Then why don't he deserve to be treated like? See, this is the thing that gets me. It just gets me personally.
Can I just jump? It's going to take 2 seconds. That in our part as a man, we are submitting ourselves from those from those actions that we just did that were described. Okay, go ahead.
So to me, it just kills me because listen, I want my wife to be happy. I want her to be happy. You know why I want her to be happy? Because the happier she is, the happier
you are.
I'm going to be. But she understands that I'm going to be in charge of some stuff. But I'm also not stupid enough that if she's an expert on something for me to just think that I'm just going to run roughshod. So it's like crazy. So let's say you're good at whatever, like history better than anybody in the world, or you're a good history major, or you're good at this, or you're good at whatever, right? And you're great at balancing the books. If you're great at if you're an accountant, you're going to do the family's books. And I'm going to bring the money because I chose you to be my wife, and I'm going to say, here's the money. I'm going to look at it because I want it to make sense. But do the books. I'm not going to be like, oh, I'm going to do the books because I'm the man.
Asian wives are all about the money in the house. They control the finances. Anyway.
Scott over here talking from his
I
personal
just
opinion.
know,
Scott's
I
like,
know
listen,
things, all right?
listen, I done seen my mom, I done seen everybody.
I got a lot of aunts, all right?
Oh, by the way, I'm mad at your auntie. She's supposed to make me fun.
Get some
She's supposed to make me some fun. And she didn't. I gave her a TV. I've been trying to get some homemade fun forever. I gave her a TV up, and she was just like, "Oh, he nice." but that's just one of the things. Like, I understand that. So it always drives me crazy because I'm like, lady, you want to be treated like a queen. Okay, let me tell you something. If you're treating him like a king, he should treat you like a queen. He should. But he can't just treat you. You know what he is if he's treating you like a queen and you're not treating him like a king? You know what he is? He's a simp. He's a simp. And so so I'm not that way.
So the thing is,
Yes, ma'am.
my mother treats my father like a king. Okay? And he still went off and decided he wanted more in another country, you know. But, you know, like, a lot of women do tend to treat their men very well, you know, but I mean, it's no secret that men like options. Right? Is it a secret?
She said,
Is it?
No. Man, we got a guest in the house today. She said, hold on, let me tell you something. It ain't no secret y'all want options.
You know, I can treat a man like a king and he'll still be like, you know.
But do you investigate what he needs?
Yeah, I try my best, you
Yeah.
know. I mean, obviously I ask questions.
Well,
He doesn't fail to tell me what he wants
Yeah.
and stuff like that, and I try to cater to it.
So I think it comes down to three things, right? First of all, vetting and making sure that you're with somebody who's ready to be with somebody and settle down. A lot of ladies, like, and I'm not saying anything, and this is general information. This is not specific information because I don't know your specific set of what's going on. I actually do consultations, so I did a consultation with a lady the other day, and she was really confused on what men want. Men want very simple, right? But I think that as time goes on, women tend to lack on one of the things or two of the things. But even if you're not lacking and the guy still steps out, you got to make sure that guy is ready to commit. And also, the guy who wants to commit may not be the guy that you want, because that's how the world does you. That's how the world does you. The guy who commits, maybe the guy who wants to commit, you don't like him. You like, listen, Buford, you got that snaggletooth and you got 2 club feet. I ain't messing with you. All right, but Buford might be the guy who gonna do everything you want him to do. See, that's the world. That's how they do you. That's how God like, ha, sprinkle. That's how we do us, right? And so, like, it's a true story. And so, and then we also want the fairy tale, but the fairy tale don't exist. It all don't exist. So I'm not saying that anything's wrong with your mom at all, because your mom sounds like she was doing a great job. Your dad might have just not wanted to do that. And plus, your dad might just. It sounds harsh, but in a hierarchy thing that needs, the last thing I tell ladies is like, keep him intimately satisfied. And a lot of times, man, that stuff just don't happen.
So another thing is, like, if we go with Kevin Samuels' discipline, integrity, morals, and ethics, there's certain things that guys have to have too. So yeah, when you were saying that about describing your father, like, I understand it, because men should be practicing discipline with their libido, right? And then you got Dennis Sperling is always saying you got to take the moral high ground, meaning that men shouldn't cheat while they're in their relationships, because then you will never have the script flipped on us by saying, oh wait, this guy cheated, so any actions that he does or whatever his other accomplishments are not diminished because he was the one that cheated. So and then you also got, I've been also listening to a lot of Jason Black. I know.
Full listen to more black content. You listen to more black content creators than I do. Dude.
So the common theme is, like,
I've been watching fishing videos.
So the common theme is men that should be keeping a moral high ground. They should be practicing with discipline, integrity, morals, and ethics. So there's certain things that guys need to develop better, but there's also a lot of things that women also need to develop in themselves to retain the best quality guy.
So I will not absolve men from accountability. Like, it's weak if you're married. It's weakness to put your family at risk. I don't care what anyone says. You're putting your family at risk. It's weakness. You know, and then, but I'm going to tell you, there's a whole lot of it's a whole lot of grandparents that you walk in and there's 2 beds in that damn room. You're like, why do grandma and grandpa have different beds? Because grandpa and grandma messed up and they staying together, but they ain't sleeping together. He got a, hey babe, can I get into bed tonight? No. Okay, thank you. I'm sorry. My bad. Or she's like trying to snuggle up. He's like, go on and take your ass over there. You know what you did, Gertrude? Oh, hey, I got to give a shout out to my G from the Baltimore area, JT Coin Rings. Hey, JT Coin Rings always supports us, drops a ton of super thanks on our videos,
follows us on our social media, engages with us.
And I'm going to tell you something, he makes rings out of coins, and this dude is a master. He's a master at it. I actually stalk his Instagram page and stalk his page to watch him. I'll be like, what's he doing now? So, I mean, thank you so much for the $1.99 super chat. I appreciate you, sir. It's like I said, it's kind of mind blowing when people come and like donate to us, because we don't live stream a lot. We're not we're not a huge platform.
Obviously,
we don't struggle stream a lot.
We can't display as a super chat on this.
Like we're gonna.
I figure what the problem is, but I'm not gonna mess anything right now.
Let's just fix it tomorrow.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go to the next video.
Joanne said not stalk.
Huh?
She said, "Oh, not stalk."
Is that
Joanne the Pinay Tiger?
Oh, hey, Joanne.
Let's shout out a few people that
come on, Sakai, Joanne.
So we got Blacklight, we got Uncle Guns.
Uncle T.O. Guns in the house. Hey, Uncle Guns is the coolest cat in the world. I'm gonna tell a true story about Uncle Guns right now. I'm gonna get back to the show. I'm talking to Uncle Guns on the back end, and I swear to God, Uncle Guns was black for like weeks. And then Uncle Guns, he's like, I'm like, so Guns, just that because he's in the Navy, and he's like, and Uncle Guns like, dude, I'm not black. And I'm like, word? I was so shocked, dude. Uncle, I know he's laughing right now, but I thought, and he'll remember that time. I just thought he was black. He was just too cool. I just thought he was black.
What does it say about all the other races? Not cool enough?
I thought Uncle Guns, I thought Caduceus was lightweight black. and I knew Self-Made was a Mexican cat from Chicago. Mm-hmm. But for real, I was just like, I'm just vibing with these guys. I'm like, man, I got hella black friends. No, I don't.
And shout out to Marcus too, our day one supporter.
Oh yeah,
always rolling through.
Thank you so much. All the folks rocking with us, thank you so much. I'm gonna go to the next clip. Yeah, I'm gonna mute it and you play it. We about to drop it here. All right, cool. Hey.
Oh, saving me.
Yeah,
that wouldn't have been good. All right, ready?
Yeah.
Do you guys think long-distance relationships can work?
I'm currently in a long-distance relationship, and it's going great. I think if you both have jobs and, like, a fun social life, you'll be fine. If not, good luck.
I mean, I have a totally different answer than you. I don't believe in long-distance relationships, but that's me not believing in it. Like, I wouldn't do a long-distance relationship.
What are your thoughts?
I think if you guys love each other enough, it could work.
I've never been in a long-distance relationship, but yeah, I think what he said, bro, if both of you guys are, compatible and everything, that shit should work.
I was like, we can't do nothing right today. Okay, so I'm gonna start with Amira this time. Amira, have you ever been in a long distance relationship?
Yes.
And
I think I was in the Philippines when we met, and then I moved here for good, but he was in France.
He was damn.
He was that far.
So you had you le français, huh? Le poupou.
Yeah.
Tu parles français?
No, I don't know.
No français un peu de peu. Moi parle français un peu de peu.
What?
See?
Stop showing off, girl.
Oui, moi parle français un peu de peu.
Oh, okay.
I speak French a little.
Okay.
Yeah. Bit de peu, slow. How about you? Have you had a long distance relationship?
Yeah, when I was living in LA, my ex-boyfriend was living in Vegas.
In Vegas?
Yeah, we had met while he was down in LA, living there before he moved over there.
Yeah, so had that interstate love?
Yeah, I mean, the distance wasn't so bad because it's only
hours,
like
right?
a 4-hour drive, or in my case, it was a bus ride because I used to work graveyard, so it was better just to take the bus.
Yeah.
And sleep, or less than an hour flight. So it was easy to go, and he was more than willing to drive the 4 hours. So every other week we saw each other.
It's like, I'm going to drive for you, girl. I'm going to drive these folk.
Yeah. So I almost felt like a local. I was going so much.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it worked out for a little while, because it wasn't like we couldn't see each other or anything like that. It was, I don't know, something in him had changed. So it was, eventually I just said, no more.
Ooh.
But it wasn't the distance, though. It was him.
It was him.
Yeah. So.
It was him. You sound a little bitter on that one. We're going to come back to the bitterness.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to come back to the bitterness in a second. We're going to come back to the bitterness. I say salty. Okay, how about you, Miss Karina? Our unofficial co-host, Karina.
Yeah, I've been in a long distance relationship. I met him here, and then he moved back to Mexico, and so I was going back and forth, and at some point I did move down there to be with him.
Did I know you when you moved?
Yeah, I remember. Yes, you did.
You moved to Mexico for a man?
Do you guys think long distance relationships?
I would clown.
You did.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
did I make fun of you?
I mean, I'm sure you did too.
Okay.
I mean, coincident. It was a coincidence that he just happened to live in the same city that, like, I was born, and I have family. So, a good thing about it is, moving there, I could see my family that was there too.
Yeah.
But yeah. So.
But you had a support system when you moved here. You just didn't move someplace cold.
Yeah. So I did have a support system. So when it broke off, I had someplace to go. I had someplace to go.
Someplace to go and cry.
Yes.
Did he just kick you out?
No, he didn't kick me out. I ended up just getting fed up with things that led to us breaking up.
I can tell when you said things. I ain't even going to try to go into it. Is that the only one you've had, Karina?
Like a serious relationship? Yes, I've had I guess you could say interest relationships. And those kind of flop.
Yeah. So, how do you reconcile a man's need for sex when you're so far away from him? Because that's the thing that always comes up. Right?
Yeah, obviously that's the first thing that everybody asks.
Yeah, you were 4 hours away, so y'all could. I mean, I'm not trying to put your business on blast, but I mean, 4 hours away, y'all can get it in. You're 4 hours. He's like I said, I'm gonna drive, baby. I'm gonna be right here. What you doing? What time you get off work? You got off work? I'm gonna be right there. I'm gonna be right there. I'm on my way. You get home as soon as your door closed. Nah, he got a key. He in the bed asleep. and he was in France. So how do you reconcile his need for sex?
Oh, we never talked about it.
You never talked about it at all? You was just could just go be dry?
I was younger that time. I was just a teenager.
Did you Did you expect him to be faithful?
Somewhat, but I don't know. I was young. I wasn't really.
He was just in love.
Yeah.
Obviously, 4 hours away, interstate, but it's a close interstate. You could see each other a lot, so you expected it wasn't a big deal.
Well, what about now, though? Would you expect him to be faithful now?
Me?
Yeah, if you had a man in France.
Oh, somewhat, but it depends on what. What
is somewhat?
It depends on.
Scott his own one today. He's like, what is somewhat?
Define these. I got to want to know.
I think what you meant is it depends on your, you guys have to agreement.
Yeah.
I won't say this. Long distance is not for everybody. It takes a lot of it takes people who are very secure about themselves and trust their partner to be in one. It's hard work. It's not for everybody. So at some point, you and your partner have to agree. Okay, how do we fix the part where when I have needs, what are are we in an open relationship? Or are we just just the two of us? So I mean, you can come into an agreement if you guys are both on the same level. Okay, we're exclusive, but not to the point where I'll still respect you. I'll tell you I met somebody and we did something. So if there's communication, I think it's easier to at some point to be like, okay, you know you went out with this person, stuff happened, okay, well, you know, I went out with this person and this happened.
All right, hold on a second. Stop the presses.
Stop the show.
So we have a couple of friends of the show who they just don't know how to act. They just come in here just foolish and just crazy, especially them dang ninjas from that damn DMV area.
The DMV area.
The DMV area. That Baltimore.
That beat us in the Super Bowl.
That Baltimore area. So we got to give a shout out to my brother, El Wapo, for the $100 super chat. 1000 Century. I don't know what to say. I'm like super humble, dude. Like El Wapo is one of the
I can't believe he's still up. The baby must be keeping up.
Baby is mad as hell. El Wapo from the Beautiful Lives podcast. I've been a guest on his show before. He's an awesome content creator and genuinely one of the most down to earth, real brothers I've ever met in this space. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. God bless you and your lovely family. And hell, you know, I don't drink, but when you come out here, we're going to have some scotch on me. We're going to have some of that Blue Label. So let me know when you're out here.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for blessing us.
Yeah.
And allowing this show to continue forward. And, yeah, anyway.
Right now, my wife's like, you gonna drink? No, I'll play.
She's more like, when are you going to buy me dinner with all these super chats coming in?
I'm sorry, but I gotta stop and be. It's so humble when someone like imagine like nobody on the street walks up and like gives like here's $100, good job. No one's happy. So when someone does that, I just stop. It's so humbling. You know?
Mm-hmm. So then going back to your long distance. All right. So actually, the question I want to ask is, all right.
The real question is, how were the wings? No, I'm playing.
I had one. We're having the it's rude to eat and be.
I know. I'm just being
talking.
I'm just being a jerk. Go on, Scotty.
So let me try to formulate this question right here. So, is there a one Sutton? When you guys discuss, so like you guys are saying somewhat, right, with the being faithful to each other.
Yeah.
So how are we? Is the guy have more leeway to be unfaithful? Does the woman have more leeway to be unfaithful? What if the guy says, "I'm gonna to date around, but I don't want you to date around." So
yeah, what if he says, "Listen, I'm gonna get it in because I'm a guy and I have needs."
Yeah.
But you doing that's an abomination.
We're women and we do also have needs.
Yeah. But you only get 23 minutes. 3 positions.
So basically, if he's asking you, say, okay, I want to go sleep around, and I slept around with 3 different girls through the course of a week.
Jesus
then
Christ.
Are you going to get him even that number by sleeping with 3 guys?
Three
I really want to know.
3 girls?
Yeah, 3 girls, like throughout the week. I don't know.
Yeah, this dude's a Chad. He's out there slaying it. He's Tyrone.
I mean, I think at that point, like, it
Really?
just makes you think, like, okay, well, I understand he has needs, but is it necessary to sleep around with 3 different women on the same week?
So can we define what somewhat is? Like, what is somewhat? Is there a number to somewhat?
Dude, they hate you.
It's a question.
They hate
Are
your
you supposed to be a woman advocating?
I'm not even trying to get a gotcha. I want to know. Like,
I'm so happy I'm the one who's not hated this time. Usually it's me. Thank goodness you're just being your natural self and not throwing me under the bus anymore, dude. Scotty Fuckboy is back. Thank God. Look at his hairstyle. Look at that shit. Fuckboy. Look at it. Fuckboy. I'm glad we can laugh about it because they mad as hell at you. All right, so
It's like you're the only one laughing.
Let me put it. It's just hilarious to me, dude. I'm the married one here. I'm fucking off the market. I'm happy. So let me put it in a better perspective, right? Let's say that he says, let's say he comes and he says, okay, listen, you're not in the next city, okay? You're in the next state. And if you're 4 hours away, that's kind of like shitty, right? But let's say, listen, you're
just throwing a bunch of swear words, make it harder for me to edit. And
sorry,
demonetize it.
We're 12. We're 12 hours because she's about to cuss you out. No, but we're deep enough though.
Yeah.
Well, so let's say you're 12-hour flight away, and I can only take this flight 3 times a year. So I gotta level with you. I'm gonna respect you. I'm gonna respect you by telling you. I'm not gonna be out there on a hunt, but like, you know, I have needs. So like, you know, I'm gonna be safe, and I'm gonna protect you, and I'll make sure that it's not gonna, and she will never contact you, but I'm gonna have a little something on the side here so I can get through. And a person came to you just logically and just talk to you.
So it's implied that the man initiates a conversation first, and presents all the terms like Gilbert presented.
Right. How would that be different than him not telling you?
Yeah, because you're being mature about it and saying like, you know, I have needs, and like you said, like, you know, I'm not gonna be like go hunting for it, but if, you know, it happens, I'm gonna be honest about it to you, with you, and also I'm gonna be, you know, it's gonna be safe sex, like you said, that's respectful. You're respecting your partner, whether like regardless if she's like in the other state or across a different continent, but there's communication.
Okay, so Karina's a soft yes on that. That'd be okay, or is that
as long as there's communication and understanding on both parts.
And ladies, feel free to say no if it's just a no.
It'd be a hell to the MF no. For
okay, word. Yeah, I knew that. She was waiting for she got the microphone. She got the microphone like James Brown. And it'd be a hell.
You don't have to edit that out, right?
She's like, let me edit it. She had her own mute button. Okay,
No, that's good, because then you're defining there is no somewhat. There's a boundary.
There is either, you know, it's okay for me personally. I would not get into a long distance relationship because obviously.
What is long?
Like
12 hours on airplane.
BF Egypt, you know what I mean? Like far.
She mad as hell with you, bro. Scott gonna die tonight.
But
it's so fun for me.
But you know, obviously that's too far. I can't have my man, because I don't share. I can't have my man sleeping with other women.
Okay.
You know, I wouldn't be okay with that, and obviously they wouldn't be happy, you know, sexually. So obviously that wouldn't work. But if I did meet somebody that was okay with that, you know, seeing each other once a year, and obviously meeting, you know, our sexual needs together via different ways, masturbation, you know, whatever, what's that?
Adult entertainment.
You know, you do an online sex talk with your boyfriend or whatever. Other stuff like that.
Yeah.
Video chatting, you know, stuff like that.
Yeah,
you know?
I even heard there's like
their technology has evolved, so there's other ways.
Exactly. There's toys, there's whatever, you know, and if you're okay with working with that, then sure.
Yeah, we got a live wire audience today.
You know,
we got a live panel in
Where's our sponsors at?
If he absolutely has to have like, you know, human contact, then that would be a no for me.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay. And you know what? It's perfectly fine that it's your firm no. How about you, Amira?
What?
You know damn well what we're talking about.
I want to know what you're somewhat mean.
Oh, yeah.
No, well, this is a scenario I gave. He's 12 hours away, and he says, listen, I'm a, you know,
I would never put myself in that situation.
You was just in that situation.
No, I was
younger.
a teenager back then when that happened, and we never talked about, like, you know, sex or anything like
but
that.
But hypothetically,
I would never.
If you're at this age now.
Like I said, I would never put myself in that situation.
So then we can apply for this. You do not believe in long distance relationships.
No, I don't.
You believe maybe in long distance relationships.
Who you pointed out?
I'm sorry, Karina.
Okay.
You believe in long distance relationships. You do not, right? Because this and.
Use a hell no.
And if he gonna be long distance, he better wear a damn cock cage. Dude, this is hella fun. Okay, I guess we're ready. I guess we're done with that clip.
Also, I want to make a.
Oh, do your thing.
No, I want to make a point. I was actually surprised by the answers. Like the guy saying like, yeah, I do believe in it, versus like the girl who said like no. Like you kind of would expect the girls to be like more into believers than the guys.
The guy was like, do you know how much side booty I can get when she out of town? No, I'll play.
Well, whether or not they were trying to be like you know, seem like good guys or not, but I was actually expecting like the girls to be more like, yeah, long distance can work, and the guys kind of be like, no. But I was actually kind of.
Okay, I think that. All right, so I guess
we're gonna stop the show because we got who dropping in.
We got we got Gail at night. Gail, thank you so much. I know you should be in
Grover
bed.
was struggling reading that.
I had to take
Too
off
small.
my glasses. But I know you should be in bed. Thank you so much, Gail at night, for coming through and showing us some love. Gail at night is like one of the number one moderators in the space. She's everyone's moderator. We're not big enough for her to be our moderator. It's okay. We got our folks. But Gail at night's wonderful. She always supports us, and just man, we haven't streamed for a while, and we got like people popping in. That's pretty dope. It's
They
pretty
miss
dope.
you guys.
They're just happy Scott's has a haircut. Black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow. Okay, ready for the next clip?
All right, next clip.
All right, we're gonna synchronize.
All right, call me when you got your.
On three. On three.
Wait, no, on three on me.
Not that one, the next one.
Okay.
Do you guys think long distance relationships?
The struggle is real, guys. The struggle is real.
Jesus Christ!
Let me get out.
I'm glad we're professionals.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Let me get out of this. Oh, is this the one?
Yeah, Coach
Okay,
Greg
okay,
Adams.
we're ready.
1, 2, 3.
And you guys know my opinions of long distance relationships. There's no such thing. And if there
I'm glad we
is,
can hear
she's
it.
benefiting from the relationship. You're not. All right. She's getting all the emotional support. She's getting all the words of affirmation, all the 5 love languages that women want. She gets in a long distance relationship. Now, all the love languages that you like, you don't get those in a long distance relationship. So she wins. In most relationships, women win. When it comes to open relationships, women win. When it comes to long distance relationships, women win. When it comes to marriage, women win. I mean, that's just how it works. The reason why they win is because it's more suited to them. They gain the most benefits from being in a relationship. You don't personally, you do socially, you do familially, right? As a family and producing offsprings, you get that, but you rarely get a direct benefit other than the exchange of
Was Coach Greg Adams, probably the most triggering clip that we can have here. So I just want to start. Who did I start with last time? I want to start with you, ma'am, for your reaction to that clip about the benefits. Do you agree or disagree with Coach Greg Adams about the benefits of the long distance relationship and how if there is, it favors women?
I mean, isn't it the same for both sides?
I don't know. I'm asking you.
That's what I would assume. Is it's the same with both sides. So I don't know why he's so angry, but maybe it's the lack of intimacy that.
No. Coach Greg Adams gets it in, but
So
CGA.
I don't understand why he's so angry though. It's just like, I mean, if we're in a long distance relationship, we're in this boat together. We're experiencing the same things. So.
Well, I think dynamically, certain things that women value more than men can be delivered via words, because women love words, right? So I can come to you and I can talk to you for 2 hours a night, and you're gonna really feel good that I talked to you for 2 hours a night, that I spent that time with you, right? I can say I can send you that text message and we're like, hey babe, good morning, go out there and kill it. You're gonna like that, right? Hey, what'd you eat for lunch today? You could like that, right? These are things that are very valuable to women. By the way, guys don't give a fuck. Just telling you, we don't care. We don't care about all that stuff. I want to know that you're okay. See, so it's different. Like I get a check-in every day. Hey, I'm off work. I want to know she's okay, because I'm protective. I want to know if she needs me. I'm gonna go there, right? So I'm just trying to explain. I'm just trying to explain to you, because I sincerely put this clip in here because I wanted to be able to explain this point of view, right? What do men really value, right? Men really need physical intimacy. Men need that. And so if you're apart from somebody, you don't get that, you know? Now, when he talked about marriage, I think that he went through a bad marriage, so he probably went through a bad divorce, so he probably feels that way, whatever. But I can talk about in the context that we're saying as a long distance relationship, I can deliver some of the things or more of the things that you need that make you feel fulfilled, or that women say makes them feel fulfilled. They can be delivered to me that I need. Because what a guy really needs is you to be nice, for you to be feminine, for you to care about your parents, for you to have sex with them. That's what a guy really needs. I I tell women this all the time. I break it down simple. What do guys want, Grover? It's as simple as I can put it. Are there more nuances to it? Yes, but that's just simple, right? So, but women, they need, I think, a lot more. And some of the stuff they need is like that affirmation. And so, you know, do you agree with me when I say that?
Oh, yeah.
So it's more deliverable in a long distance format than it is. And where she's like, listen, my alarm goes. Is that your go to sleep alarm?
Yeah.
But and it's meant to be like that because men will usually leave and hunt, maybe not come back, maybe be named. So like we got to be able to like say, hey, I'm going out here and I'm doing this for you because I want you to be okay and I love you, right? So it's just one of those things. Okay, so that's just my opinion. Does that change? Does that kind of clarify what he said a little more to you?
Yeah.
Right. Did I explain it?
Well, my question is,
please,
if you're a man who's in a long distance relationship who requires, you know, sexual intimacy,
why the hell are you in a long distance relationship? Right, exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, get out of it. If don't get into it. If you know you can't handle it, you know, it's just gonna be doomed. You know, from the beginning, if you know.
Yeah, people do weird things when they fall in love.
Yeah, but you know, sometimes you just gotta let it go.
I would agree with you, but people do weird things. Like women would be very shocked of how deeply men fall in love and how stupid they'll do stuff. Go on. You want to talk? I say you went to grab the mic. Go on, do your thing, girl.
No, can you share the person you love?
What's me as a man?
Yeah.
No.
Like, exactly. So,
yeah.
Can you?
No.
Exactly.
Oh, well, no. I'm not here to advocate sharing.
No. But
I'm not here to advocate sharing. I just say, like, that's. I was just answering her question, like, you know, the stupid thing, like, with a guy. Why do guys do stupid shit like that? And we do it because, quite honestly, we're in love. And what's the alternative? Oh, I don't get you anymore. Well, you know, a lot of times men don't open their eyes and say, well, you don't get her anyway if she has to go. You know? How about you? What's your reaction to that clip? You think he mad? Do you think Coach Greg Adams mad?
I think even if the person is right here next to you, sometimes you don't even get that.
So you think you don't get the affirmation from the man when he's next to you?
I mean, like, long distance or they're, even if they're here, sometimes you don't get that, you know.
Yeah, and pick better men.
Huh?
Pick better men.
I know what you mean, but that's what I'm saying. It doesn't have to be just long distance.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. But so I think. But do you agree with him in the context of long distance? It's more easier for women and men, or do you think that he's just looking at it from a man's point of view?
Not really, because I'm the type of person who wants someone who is here, and then, you know, even if you don't talk to me, as long as I know that you're here, you know.
Oh.
So even if because I know sometimes you just want to reset, rewire, because you're just tired of the day, and I get it, you're tired or whatever you're going through.
So you clingy, that's what you say.
Not really.
I'm just playing with you. I'm just giving you a hard time.
Not really. It's just, I don't know. I don't know how to say it.
No, and you could table it and come back, and whenever you say it, just grab the mic.
I think it's better to have proximity with the person that you're with, because that, like, you bond in more ways from like a physiological standpoint, right? Like, you know, boosting oxytocin, serotonin, all the sciencey stuff. But,
basically for me, I'm more of like I want the person here with the physical touch and all that.
Yeah. She said we got to get it in a lot. How about how about you? No, I mean, but you know what? That's a legitimate thing. Like, if you don't intersect enough, you disconnect, and so that's a legitimate thing. I'm not gonna I would tell anybody, like, you're doing it, why? And if you're doing it, what's your plan? And are you in a position to really see this person enough? So, like, I know a gentleman, I was talking to my guy, and he was telling me how, like, he had a lady in Medellin. He brought an apartment there, and he went there every 6 weeks. Every 6 weeks he flew there. He says, I was there every 6 weeks, sometimes every 5 weeks, sometimes I'd be like, I'm going back every 4 weeks, you know. I was like, I don't know how much money you spend.
El Guapo got some stories.
Man, El
Guapo, Brazil.
When he flew from Bangkok to Brazil, dude, for this girl. She said it's my birthday. He's like, I'm on my way.
I'm there.
He said, I put on my cape tight. But, you know, like, I mean, honestly, I believe that you got to intersect. And, like, it's stupid not to. But if you can get there a lot, then maybe it'll work. But I could tell you that I had a couple of long-distance relationships, and I'm going to be honest with you, I was never that serious. I'm just going to be real. I was never that serious.
I can attest to long-distance relationships.
You almost ruined.
I almost moved to Baltimore. I was right next to El Guapo.
You almost ruined
coin rings.
my life. You almost ruined my life because this fool just.
I gotta go, Grover. She's the one. She's the one. Obviously not. So.
That fool was like, she's so fine. Hey, you know when somebody talking, a bottom lip quiver, she's so fine. I was like, what the hell is wrong with Scott? Scott was like, I'm going.
I was like, oh, that's kryptonite, Grover. She's my kryptonite right now. You gotta snap me out of it. Yeah. So good thing I
to snap you out of it. I was about to tie you up and push you in the river. All right. So you want to respond to Coach Greg Adams?
Well, now that you explained it, like, I do agree that, like, women would benefit from a long distance relationship, because I mean, I like getting like messages and like those like cute morning, cute night, like throughout the day. But I
don't want 40 messages a day.
No, I don't want 40 messages a day.
She wants 50.
Yeah.
You guys got the sisterhood going. Y'all just linked up. It's just like Voltron over here, just finishing each other's jokes and stuff. What the hell? Do y'all know each other?
No, we just
might as well.
Yeah. It's like, we really like her.
We're all women.
Yes, team.
You're like, we're here in the. It's just like y'all formed with the sisterhood. You're like, we're in the devil's den right now. He softened us up with wings.
Well, do you guys think that? So with Coach Greg Adams, he says that females have more power in an open or long distance relationship. Do you agree with him or disagree with him? Or do you think? Okay, let me phrase this way. Do you think the man has more? Freedom, exactly. More freedom in a long distance relationship compared to women, and why? You first, Amira.
I feel like they could. I don't know how to say it. Gallivant around town.
Gallivant?
I mean, not everyone is honest. They do it. A lot of them do it. They just don't talk about it, So I think that's also same applies to women.
Okay.
We're no exception to the rule, but there are some few, like, or a lot.
People, the ladies are being honest.
Yeah, I mean, like, some are faithful and loyal for guys and women. Mm-hmm. It goes both ways, basically. But I think, I don't know.
That men just have more of an advantage?
I feel like it, yeah. Mm-hmm. Because they're more... I don't know. They're more wanderers.
Their eyes wander more.
Yes. They're hornier.
Yes. Yes. Thank you, Scott.
Okay. I guess it's easier for guys to just like, okay, you could be in a relationship with a man, and you two can be completely in love with each other, and a man can easily just go and cheat on his girlfriend and be like, oh, that didn't mean nothing.
Yeah.
But I love you so much. And the woman would be like,
shattered.
I don't have the heart to do it because I love him so much. It takes a lot for a woman to step out. You know what I mean? So, yeah, easier for a man to step out and harder for a woman to step out.
Well, I would say this. I think once a woman steps out, she's gone.
Yeah.
And that's why most guys, they're like, will you share your woman? And it's like, well, no, because once she steps out, she's going to be gone. Because if she can make it hard, but guys are wired totally different. And and by the way, I'm not saying, and I say this all the time, and dudes, like, especially dudes from, like, the manosphere and stuff, they're like, dude, what are you doing? But I'm like, listen, if you're in a committed relationship and you don't have sexual discipline, it's weakness. And I've been weak before. I've been weak in my life before, and I've also tell people that I've gained nothing in life by running through a bunch of females. I gained nothing.
You did enjoy it though.
But even the pleasure didn't top. The pleasure I didn't mature. I didn't it's not like one of them taught me how to read the ticker tape and make money. So what am I really gaining? If you're gone out of my life in this experience, I didn't gain anything out of it, right? Like I gained, like the meaningful relationships that I've had, I've gained a lot out of it. The non-meaningful relationships, I haven't gained anything. So, but men are wired differently. So men sometimes, like a man will literally, as soon as he like finishes, be like, oh my God, I screwed up so bad. I'm gonna take a shower and I'm never gonna think about this person again. You know? And a woman, if you do it, it's more emotional. That's just how we're wired. But that's not. But when you say that, people are like, well, he's just making an excuse for. No, I'm not making an excuse for guys. I'm saying that he should have discipline, integrity, morals, and ethics. But he didn't. You know, he should have kept the dimes in his pocket, but he didn't. And when you drop the dime, you become weak. And so, and nobody likes weakness. Like, weakness is not attractive to women. Weakness is not attractive to other men. So it's you know, that's why, like, you know, that's why I tell people all the time, I say, be a gentleman, but don't be nice. Because gentlemen are strong. But being nice doesn't mean that you're strong, you know. You can get ran over when you're nice, but I'm a gentleman. But if I don't disagree with you, I can disagree respectfully. I mean, there's some things that we didn't agree with, maybe we didn't agree with, but I'm not going to insult you. I'm just going to explain my side of it. If this happens again,
a perfect opportunity to say, be a polite savage.
Be a polite savage.
Thank you.
Merch coming soon?
Yeah. Merch coming soon.
Let's see it.
You got to load something up?
Well, I'm trying to see if... because we have one more clip,
yeah,
and then
that's
we're
what
almost done.
Okay.
He identifies as his ally.
I identify as what?
Your gorilla. This is gorilla living room.
Oh yeah. It's gorilla in then it's gorilla bedroom. Then it's I am gorilla one. Literally, if you wanna follow me on Instagram, I am gorilla one. If you don't want to follow me on Instagram, don't. Ready? 1.
Are you dating anyone?
Yes.
Where's he at?
Not here.
Say what?
He's not in New York.
Oh, where? Long distance?
Yeah.
Oh, that's gonna work out.
It's open, so like.
Oh no, it's really gonna work. How much longer do you think are you gonna go?
I don't know. Open date.
Open to date. Hey, any single guys in here tonight? Neil is open to date. She's pretty much single, so.
She's in a long distance relationship and it's open. How is that any different than just having a texting friend? You see each other a few times a year and you get together, but other than that, it's just like a texting friend?
So this is the last clip. Yeah, I know it's a late night, so you know we actually kept this like the shortest stream because usually we were going like 3 hours, but you know
Yeah.
Karina complained. So I find that interesting, but I started with Savvy. I keep forgetting your name, but it's okay. I've been kicked in the head a lot. I do martial arts. Karina, what do you think about that last clip? Do you think it's true? Do you think that she represented for the sisterhood there, that comedian, or what do you think?
I mean, she was making fun of the long distance relationship.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if I was there, I wouldn't take it like as an insult.
Yeah, but do you think there's truth in it that like if you're just like at the end he said, hey, if you're just texting, then you're just texting and hooking up a few times a year if you're open.
So I think with long distance relationship, obviously you have to come to like an end game, meaning like okay, because you can't do this forever. Obviously, like you can't be that long.
25 years.
Yeah, 25 years. Like 25 years later.
Then you retire to a different city. She mad as hell.
Obviously, there has to be like okay, like what's the plan? Like we're like 2 years from now, like where are we? Where would we be? Would you be here? Would I be there? So I think when there's some future plan or like some planning in the near future. In the way there's like more security of the relationship, feeling like it's gonna work, but it's something like, oh, I don't know, and it's been like over a year that you've been in a long distance relationship. It's like, well, I think at some point, like if you're like it's been a year and you guys haven't really communicated like what's gonna happen like after like it's been a year. At that point, you know, like you said, it's a text buddy.
So
would you say it's the man's responsibility to initiate that conversation?
No, it's definitely not the man's responsibility. As you know, it can be the woman, like saying like, hey, you know, I mean, you don't even have to wait for like a year, maybe 6 months. Like, hey, so we've been in this for 6 months. I kind of want to know where we're headed. Or do you think like maybe like by next year we can, our distance can get like closer.
So your goal is going to be to reunite as soon as possible.
Like me, yes. Like if like my goal would be like, let's reunite as soon as possible. Obviously, like, but it has to be like worth it. We have to be on the same like level.
Okay.
Like if he's like, you know, if he's down here, then it's like, okay, well then.
What do you mean down there? You mean like financially?
No, not like not
shorter than you. What do you mean?
We know she doesn't like short guys.
Yeah, she like them 6'6" plus. Anyway, what do you
I like to look at them and be like, oh. Why am I gonna be like, okay?
Hey, give it up for the short kings out here. The short kings. They you know.
I mean, honest.
Okay, well, all right. She's hit her fist. Okay. Do you want to, Savvy? Do you want to react to this clip?
Well, it depends on, you know, their relationship, what their ultimate goal is. It's like, it doesn't seem like their long distance relationship is that serious if, you know, they're both like, just like open to date, you know. And most women don't date just to play around. They date for real, you know.
You think so?
I think so. Most women. I'm not saying all women. I'm saying most women.
Okay.
More than 50% of women, you know, like to date to find something real.
Say like 53%.
I'll give it that. As long as it's more than 50%, I feel like, you know. Yeah. But yeah, it's not easy for women to just be like, oh, let me date this guy. I have a boyfriend. He's long distance, but let me date this guy and this guy and this guy. Yeah. It's, you know, it's like eventually it gets boring and all that. And it's not like we're doing it because we ultimately seek, you know, sexual intimacy with another human being. You know, that would probably be the man thing, right? But, you know, for me, I wouldn't really care to do that.
Let's try to get it in.
But I mean,
back. We'll be faithful.
Yeah.
Basically, they're kind of being.
Jesus Christ.
Basically, they're kind of being like text friends. Like the guy sounds kind of right to me.
Yeah, no, I would say that, like, if you're not gonna, I mean, how are you gonna call it? You know, what about you?
I agree to the guy what he said. Basically, you just have like a best friend telling him about pretty much telling him about your day, and then dating other guys. I don't know. It's really not for me to do that. But then I agree with Karina. If there's like a goal in the relationship, you know, like at the end we're gonna be together.
Yeah, but what if he's unable to? Because this is something that's really funny. If he so like let's say he's not, like, you live in the United States and you meet a guy. You meet a guy. He's dope. He's tall, or I don't know if you like tall. I didn't ask you if you like, but he's dope. He's like everything you want, you know. And let's say he's from the PI, right?
Okay.
And he's like, okay, well, listen, I can't really afford to come out here. If I come out here, I'm gonna have to live with you. You're gonna have to hold me down. Are you willing to do that to reunite, or are you gonna be like, fool, nah, you're gonna have to come out. You're gonna have to figure something out.
If it's in the Philippines?
No, if he wants to come here.
If he wants to come here?
And he's going to have to live with you.
That's fine.
And, you know, you're going to have to hold it down for a good 6 to 8 months and maybe a year or two until he get his nursing certification. Because, you know, he's going to be a nurse. He's from the Philippines.
Well, I mean, obviously, if he's trying to, like better himself for the relationship.
Yeah.
Obviously, if he's like, oh, can I come here and like kind of like leech off of you and
Well,
live like a king while you like are my, like, you know, my sugar mama.
Sugar mama.
Yeah.
So
that's not.
Scotty needs a sugar
but
mama.
Like,
just letting you know.
F-boy Scotty.
But like, you know, if he's like, hey, I do wanna, you know, I think it would be better I come down there and then.
Yeah.
obviously, like, I'm gonna need a couple of months to get on my feet in order to, like, you know, be a supporting partner. And, you know, if they love each, like, the female, if she loves me, like, okay, yeah, and, you know, don't worry, come here, you have a place to stay. You know, I'm gonna have to, like, finance.
So how long? How long are you gonna? How long will you support?
I think it depends how good of a man he is.
How good of a man? What defines how good of a man?
Well, first of
how
all,
many orgasms a night? Or?
Not only that, but, like, you know, you have to.
Wait, not only that.
So
it's a requirement. It's a requirement.
That comment came just at the
Next thing I know, is it a finger? Is it a tongue? Is it a locomotion? Which one is it?
That came out of, like, that. My reply was not to that. You did that on purpose.
Karina was like, listen, if he's giving like 7 orgasms a night, he might get a few months. but how long?
I mean, you have to kind of look at, like, you know, some factors that, like, might take longer for him to be able to work, especially, like, in the U.S.
Karina, I love you to death, but how long?
I don't know, like 6 months, 8 months.
All right, so 6 months. He got 6 months to get it together. You don't get it together for 6 months, you're going to put him back on a plane to the Philippines.
No, obviously, like, as long as there's, like, you know, constant trying to, like, better himself.
He's a shift lead at McDonald's in 6 months. You good?
I mean, he's doing something.
Okay.
He's not just on on the couch waiting for his honey to come and be like, hey, you know, where's, you know, the money?
Wait. But the saying goes, no money, no honey.
Yeah.
Like, that's the common saying that everyone kind of knows, because if a man doesn't have enough financial power or enough money in his account, then he doesn't have as much leverage, and then him not having enough leverage, then females, in my experience, I would know such things, start to display more of a power dominance over the male by exhibiting certain behaviors and actions.
I don't know. I've always made a lot of money, so.
I feel like if you're gonna move to a different place, you would have your own pocket money, somewhat, right? You would have your own savings to, like, try to live by, so you wouldn't feel like you're. I don't know. It depends on a person's morals, you know.
Well, I would say so, but, like, you know, like, I would say, like, coming from the Philippines, how much pocket money could you really have? Like, you maybe like what if 5-6 grand?
What if he's rich over there? You don't know.
You
don't know. Why are you judging?
You're right. He might be living in Greenville and Makati, so he might be balling. That's where you'll.
But there has to be a baseline, though. I mean, so we're kind of glossing over the baseline of, if you guys are getting into a long distance relationship, wouldn't there be a baseline financial, how much finances he has in the bank before he gets into a long distance relationship with you guys?
No.
Or at least before he moves.
So there'd be a vetting process, because you guys say one thing, but then I kind of hear, like, a contradictory answer happening at the same time.
Because you're saying that, like, you know, if a guy doesn't have money, then it's like what were you saying earlier? Something like
not having leverage.
But then I would assume if you're gonna move to a different country, you would bring some kind of money, you know.
So you would show it with a bag.
Like, why would you travel and not have money?
Hey, show it with a bag, and not the type you thought. He's like, I thought you were bringing a bag. He's like, yeah, I got my clothes.
But then that, from what you're saying, the clarification is the guy has to have some kind of money before he even gets into a long distance relationship with you, coming over. But you keep saying, you're assuming that he has some kind of money.
In order to come here, not broke.
Also, you're like
how much?
Hold on. I want to give a shout out to Joan, the Patai Tigress, who is a TIPTube member now.
Oh yeah, no, because Gail's been giving free memberships.
Oh, Gail is giving. Gail, wow, Gail.
It's a feature from YouTube.
I didn't know it was a feature, Gail. You're awesome.
That's why she's the #1 mod in this space.
In this space. Sorry to interrupt.
But I'm still going with, like, what is the base financial?
I have a better way to ask.
Finances.
I have a better way to ask a question. So let's say you're talking. Let's say you're in a long distance relationship, and he says, "Okay, I want to move there. I got to be with you, baby. I can't do this one more. I need to smell you one more. I need to wake up. I want to see how you look out of the shower. I miss this. I miss your laugh. I miss the way you fart and sleep. I miss everything, right?
You know, drool coming from your mouth.
I miss who you're. You know, when you snort and all that stuff. I miss it, right? That's when you would love, when you miss the drool, right? So, do you say, okay, baby, so what's your plan? And how are you going to get here? And what do you plan on doing here? Or do you just say, come?
What's your plan?
Yeah, what's your plan?
What's your plan?
Yeah, because if you say come, then you're just. If you say come, then that means you're flipping the bill, or what? You know, it's.
Yeah.
So you have to discuss a plan. That way you don't pay for the whole thing, right? I feel like there would be some kind of
savvy is savvy. Savvy is like no. What's your plan?
Yeah, like either we work together somehow, because I mean, the average woman is not rich and can't just fly her man over to the U.S. to live with her, right?
That's true.
So
If she
there has
can
to be a
fly her
plan.
man, Scotty's Instagram is ScottT. That's 3 E's, ScottT, and he would like to be flown out.
But my thing is, like, at least for men and women to be completely honest in what their baseline expectations of their partner is. Right? From a physical look standpoint, from finances, from roles and responsibilities, there has to be at least a practical, concrete responsibility from both parties. And that needs to be discussed.
I got a perfect example, and then we'll close out on this, because I want to close out on a story. Then I want to thank you folks to give you any last words you want to say, because you folks are so awesome, right? And we're having such an awesome time. But it is getting late here. We got Joanna, we got Gail at night, and Joanna up super late. Well, actually, Joanna Tigress, she's in PI, so it's probably about like noon or 1 o'clock there, so it's not too late. All right, so I have a story. So I have a friend of mine.
Oh, the Caduce is here.
Caduce. Hey, I was telling a story earlier how I thought you were black for the longest time, Caduceus. But check it out. My homeboy, he's this really tall, skinny dude. And he likes them thick. He likes them thicker than a Snicker. Matter of fact, I'd be like, man, I don't know, I can't. He'd be like, no, that's perfect. That's his thing.
Wait. How thick is thick?
Thick.
Give me like dress size, height.
Like Lizzo?
Nah, but I like I've never seen him with anybody in dress size smaller than like a 14 or 16. He like it. That's what he like. I wasn't mad at him, you know.
That's his preference.
He liked the ankle meat. He told me he liked ankles. He told me that. He liked the ankle meat.
Hey, no judgment. Everyone has their preference.
So he got with this.
Don't ever say that again. You don't understand the images that are rolling through my mind right now.
But he got what he got. And she was bad. She was pretty. She's pretty, big girl. BB Dub, pretty, right? And she lost weight and he broke up with her.
Wow.
He was like, because he wanted a big girl.
That's the first. That's the first.
No, but that's what he wanted. She started working out stuff, and I remember he was like, gee, man, she just like, she on this kick out. I said, yeah, she getting healthy, bro. She trying, you know. He's like, man, I ain't feeling it. And I was like, what? And he was like, I ain't feeling it. He broke up with her. And like, you know, that's his preference. That's what he wants, right? And I was like, wow. So, but when it comes to like what you want for folks, that's the hardest thing to talk about is appearance. But appearance is literally like number 3 on the list of things that I developed that men need.
The men what?
Need. Men need you to be nice. Men need you to be feminine. Men need you to care about your appearance, and men need you to put out. It's that simple, right? And that was his thing. So I've seen that before. But then I also think, like, were you upfront with her? Did you tell her? Because she probably had a plan, or did you guys talk about it, or like did you tell her like how it was affecting you? I mean, because it seems a little selfish, but then you know, because guys, you're damned if you do and damned if you don't. There's like if your girl gets big and you leave, then you're selfish because you should have stuck with her. And if your girl loses weight, then you're like, well, she was trying to get healthy. So you're damned if you do and damned if you don't, right? And so it's just like,
you guys gotta be the bad guy.
Yeah,
I mean, that's the way it is.
Well, no, Scott has to be the bad guy. Scott has to be the bad guy. I get to be the good guy, and I'm really loving this. I'm enjoying the fact that Scott is the bad guy. You know, before the last one, I was the bad guy.
Were you?
Yeah. Karina was even mad at me, but now Scott's the bad guy, and I love it. And because Savvy looking at Scott like I'm
just asking questions.
She's just like waiting for the show to end to like really tell you how she feels.
She like, Grover, she gonna be like, F you, you're okay, F you. But So I just think it's interesting. I think that, like, when I said that, because that's like some of the things that, like, that's how dudes, like, we feel sometimes, like we're damned if we do and damned if we don't, right? But I really want to thank you ladies for coming in. First of all, you ladies had wonderful input. Scott's about to tear down the microphones. You had wonderful input, really great comments. Thank you so much for showing up. Everybody was on time. This is amazing. And I just want to, I'll start with Amira, because I'm going to start with Karina, because I've known Karina the longest. Then we're going to go to Amira. Then we're going to go to Savvy.
Karina is our co-host. All right. Yeah, she's been nominated.
Yeah, Karina's our honorary co-host, because she's always awesome with it, and she always comes and she doesn't even know what the show's called. She just starts talking. Yeah. And so, any last words? Anything you want to say?
I mean, this is a fun segment.
Yeah.
I think it's been one of the better ones.
So basically, she was saying they sucked before Scott. Okay, let's go.
Gonna follow the technical difficulties.
But it was good to hear like everybody's input. Mm-hmm. I respect everybody's opinion.
Yes.
And long distance relationships are hard. They're not for everybody. Mm-hmm. They're not impossible, but there's a lot of factors that goes into it for making it work.
You're a trooper. You gonna get your long distance, man.
I might not, but it doesn't mean that it's gonna like be something like I had one and it flopped. Mm-hmm. But that didn't make me think like I'm not gonna do that again. Like I'm open to it. Doesn't mean like I'm gonna go be a passport sister and go fly out to get me some of the
go fly out and get you some,
like go looking for it.
Yeah.
It's if it happens, it happens. If it not, then
So Karina gonna be down there in Brazil.
Mm-hmm. Why would I go to Brazil?
Oh no, excuse me. Karina's gonna be over in Greece. There we go. Karina looked at me like, why would I go to Brazil? The Brazilian people mad as hell. They're like, damn.
I'm kidding. Actually, I do want to check out Brazil. So.
Miss Amira.
Yeah, thank you for having me here.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you for coming.
Yeah, I know you asked me a while back.
You turned me down at first.
Yeah, because I was shy. I'm shy.
Bastos.
No.
No, you're not. No, thank you so much for coming.
Yeah.
Thank you for having the conversation. Let's go to Miss Savvy.
Hi.
She like, Scott, go to hell. Go.
No, I love Scott. He's a nice guy. It's just.
She didn't even try to cover that up. She tried, but she failed. She's like, I'm not even gonna. Yeah, no.
All right. The last words, ma'am.
Last words. It was fun. This was fun. Learning, a few new things and stuff. That's cool too. Different perspectives and stuff like that. And I personally would not voluntarily go into a long distance relationship.
Fair enough.
Yeah. So, but whatever floats people's boats.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it was a good experience.
Mm-hmm.
Fun.
All right.
Yeah, thank you for coming on to the show. And
you have any last words?
I hope I have a lot of words. Yeah, no, I mean, this it's enlightening, and we need to have you back on, and we can go into some of these topics a little deeper, get more perspective from, as some of the chat here says that you guys, they're calling cap on you guys, saying you guys are lying.
Yeah. Lying about what?
Don't do that.
Don't pay attention to the comments. We were hoping that you come back and just beat the hell out of Scott. Look, passport bros, people who travel. I think that if you need to travel for a relationship, you should. Caduceus says something that's awesome, and Caduceus says, "Listen, the world's your laboratory. Experiment,
laboratory,
find out."
Lavatory or
laboratory?
Laboratory. Okay, like a scientist. Okay.
How long have you known me? You know how I say stuff.
What's going on there?
So
Caduceus, your toilet.
So just pump and dump, dropping loads of cum. What's
So Caduceus says the world is your baño. No. Caduceus says the world is your laboratory. And experiment, find out what works for you, and do it, right? And something to that. He says it a lot better, and especially Scott doesn't interrupt him. But I think that's true, and I think like with traveling, with anything, with relationships, you have to do what's right for you, you know. But my goal has always been, and I don't care if people agree with me or not, I believe that a lot of fixes for the modern issue that we have is the modern family without government intervention. Government intervention does a lot to hurt modern families. Without government intervention, without all of this feminism and all of this stuff, all of these add-ons that we've had to make for it, if we just have a man and a woman really communicating with each other and raising a family, we'll have better people. I believe that, right? And know why? Because I'm a product of that, and I actually think I'm okay. So thank you so much for coming in.
One thing, last thing I want to say is I do want to explore next time more about the Filipino culture as well as the Cambodian culture and how it's clashed with the modern day dating today. Like, because I hear crossovers, I hear like some of your cultural influences and your thoughts mixing in how you think about modern day dating.
But and that's what we are, right? We're made the way we're made, and I mean, like my folks always say, you know, we are our ancestors. Our ancestors sing through us. You know, that's something that we always say. So coming up on a Mansplaining Show, we have a lot of great things in store, right? I have a Colombian matchmaker who specialized from Barranquilla, which matchmaking blue collar men with women for marriage in Colombia. She's a very good friend of mine. We have a family from a gentleman who's from the United States who brought his Filipino wife here, and they're living together in San Francisco.
And there's a big surprise about that.
And there's a huge surprise about that. All my personal friends. Possibly I'll have my financial advisor who's married to a Thai woman come in, and they have a wonderful family. And so I'm one of the few people who, like, literally most of my friends who are married internationally. So thank you so much for joining us, and as always, ask yourself one burning question:
can you handle the tip?
Boom. Booty in your face. We're out.
Thanks, guys.
Good job.